In today's video, we are going to go over how to be a millionaire. Hi everyone, my name is Helen. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, we're going to go over how to be a millionaire, and these are steps that my husband and I took in order to reach that goal. The first thing you need to understand when it comes to being a millionaire is that it is a journey. Now, my husband and I went from negative, we were in debt, $100,000 to a millionaire in 8 years. It took us a total of 8 years to get to that point. Now, initially, we didn't think we were going to be a millionaire that quickly. It really came down to very extreme saving habits, working very hard, taking measures to ensure that we were always saving and investing and saving and investing. And after 8 years, when we got to that millionaire point, we were honestly a little surprised by it because we started with less than zero. We started at $100,000 in debt. So it really shows that when you take the proper steps, you really can get there fast. Now, initially, my husband and I built up those habits of saving because he got a temp job. So when he started working, and we were looking at student loans and credit cards, and we had $100,000 of debt, he only had 18 months that he could guarantee employment. That temp job was for 18 months, and there was a potential to go into another job, but there was no guarantee. So we looked at that situation and we said, okay, we're going to work hard for this 18 months, and we're going to pay off as much of this debt as we can. So we kept our expenses as low as possible. In fact, we kept them as low as it was while we were in college. It was very, very low. And then we just put every single penny we saved after taxes and after our bills into our debts. We started off with student loans, and then we paid off credit cards, and we just focused on those goals. So initially we paid off a variable interest student loan, then we started paying off our high interest credit cards, and then we paid off our lower interest student loan. And that is the path that we took to get debt free. And once we were debt free, we just kept living the same lifestyle. We kept our bills pretty much the same. We didn't really add any additional costs to our bills, except for here and there we went to a restaurant, but we really just kept our bills very, very low. And in the process, we ended up saving all that money that we had been pouring into student loans because that temp job turned into a full-time position. And of course, we just kept keeping the costs of our bills the same. So when we got to be millionaire after 8 years, we were a little bit surprised, but it really wasn't that shocking because we were saving so much of our income at that point that we ended up really just investing a lot of money into different investments, both our retirement accounts and our brokerage accounts. The thing you have to keep in mind when it comes to our story is that we really just focused on keeping our expenses as low as possible and saving up as much as we could so that we were then able to invest into different areas, and that is how we became millionaires. The second point when it comes to being a millionaire and how to become a millionaire is that you have to shift your perspective. Now, we had a shift in perspective because of that temporary job that my husband had. Since it was a temp job and we knew there was no guarantee of employment later, we really took a very unique way of looking at that money because we thought, okay, in the worst case scenario, it might take a few months for him to get another job if this doesn't go into a full-time position. There's that risk there. So we were like, at the very least, let's pay off our debts. If we can get our debts paid off, our financial situation will be so much better than it was. Because of that temp job, we had a major shift in our perspective. We started looking at debt, money management, finances, investing, and everything related to money in a very different way. We were no longer looking at it as, oh, you make money and you pay your bills, and if you can afford it, if you can afford just the monthly payments, then you can afford the item. We stopped thinking in that way. And we started thinking, you know what? If we don't pay down this debt, we're going to be strapped financially. We're going to continue to have all these problems. So we changed our perspective. We paid off our debt, and then we started focusing on saving our money and investing our money. And we just kept a similar lifestyle. And as a result of that, we ended up becoming a millionaire within 8 years. That was a process that started with changing our perspective on how we viewed our debts and how we viewed money. The third point when it comes to how to be a millionaire is that you have to make more money. The reality is that for the majority of people, it's going to take longer than 8 years to get to that point unless you take steps to make more money. Now, we had a lot of benefits in that once my husband got a more permanent position, he was making a very high income compared to the average. Now, the amount that he made, obviously that changed over the years. Over that 8-year period, he started with a $70,000 salary and that went all the way up into the 6 figures. So if you are making less than that, of course, it's going to take longer to reach that millionaire goal. And when it comes to being a millionaire, it really is more about how much you save than how much you make. However, if you are not making enough to save anything, or you're not making enough to save a significant amount, it might be time to look into ways to make more money. There's a lot of options when it comes to making money in this modern time. You can get a second job online, you can freelance, you can do something like YouTube where you can make money that way. You can even monetize a hobby. So when you're looking at options to increase your income, it's not limited to just asking for a raise at your work. You have other options available. You can do some kind of side hustle to bring in a little extra money. And once you start investing, then you can get some passive income streams going through dividends and other sources of passive income that come from investing. So keep in mind, one of the things that you might have to do when you want to become a millionaire is not just focus on your expenses and shifting your perspective to really change how you're thinking about money, but you might also just need to make more money. The fourth point when it comes to being a millionaire is that you need to invest. Now, of course, making money and saving money is critical to becoming a millionaire. You will not become a millionaire if you do not save any money, but you will not become a millionaire if you don't invest your money either. So when you're looking at becoming a millionaire, you need to invest in something. The best thing to do when you're looking at investing, and especially as a beginner, is to look into diversifying your portfolio into several different categories. Now, if you are an expert at investing, you can obviously just do one type of category and you might be fine. Maybe you'll be investing in real estate, for example. But if you're not very good at investing, if you're new to investing, or if you simply want something that is very reasonably safe and has a lot of potential to offset losses and to have gains at a fairly consistent rate, then you really need to diversify. You want to have some in equities, you want to have some in real estate, you want to have a diverse portfolio of different investments to help you reach your goals. In our case, we primarily invest in equities because that's where my husband's expertise is. However, there's other options for other people based on what their goals are, their risk tolerance, and other factors. And since we have a relatively high risk tolerance, that's why we are more invested in equities than other types of investments. But if you are starting out, you want to invest in a diverse portfolio, maybe look into index funds, and maybe you want to invest in real estate. Maybe you're looking at some kind of alternative investments like gold or other precious metals. The point is to invest in something. The more that you are investing in something, the more potential returns you will have, and the faster that your wealth will grow. The fifth point when it comes to how to be a millionaire is that you need to be consistent. There is no get-rich-quick scheme here on this channel. When you're looking at investing and you're looking at long-term growth, that is how you get to be a millionaire. We are really just teaching you the tools on this channel of how to become a millionaire by being consistent. It took us 8 years to become a millionaire. And that is with a lot of saving, a very high savings rate. That is with investing consistently. And the only way you're going to get there is to be consistent. You have to invest all the time. You have to save all the time. You have to put in those years to see the results that you want. Now, it may take you 8 years. Maybe it'll take you 5 years. Maybe it'll take you 10 years. It really depends on many factors. But if you want to be a millionaire, you're going to have to be consistent in something. You're going to have to be consistently saving, you're going to have to be consistently investing. And that's really the only way that you're going to get there. One of the things that is important when it comes to being consistent is that you want to have some kind of future plans to get there. So consistency starts with having some goal that you're working toward. And if your goal is to be a millionaire, then that is going to be a motivating factor for you. As a bonus tip for this video, I'm going to give you some motivation that really helped us to reach our goals. Now, if you want to stay motivated to becoming a millionaire, the key is to focus on the future. You can't be focusing on the past, because if you're focusing on the past, you won't get anywhere. If you're focusing on just the present, you also won't get anywhere. You need to think about long-term goals. When it comes to staying motivated, this is a long-haul journey. So you need to start with finding ways to keep yourself on track in the present so that your future reaches where you want to go. Every step that you take, every dollar that you save today is a dollar that is working for you for your future. So think from this perspective. Every dollar that you save is now your own little soldier that is going out and helping you build up your wealth. That is something that is working for you. Every dollar that you are saving and you're investing today is going to be something that makes you money over time. That is something that is going to build your wealth in the future, and that is how you're going to be a millionaire. So just focus on that future goal. Think about where you're trying to get to, and think that with every single dollar that you're saving, you are going to be building up your wealth. Becoming a millionaire is not about saving on large purchases. Becoming a millionaire is $5 and $10 at a time. Every $10 that you are saving now, that's hundreds of dollars in the future. So just think like this. If I save $10 today, that's the next step toward my millionaire goal. That's it for today's video. If you liked the video, please do subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.